Cool. Okay, so just find yourselves as normal, just a comfy sitting position. And I will, Hepsi, it's just you and me, my love, so we'll just go with as we can. So just if you've got a cushion or a blanket, just shove it under your bottom, just so you kind of lift your hips a bit more, especially if you haven't had a chance to do any movement. I imagine you've been super busy and swept off your feet and just crazy. So, you know, just go easy today and just see what you can do, but don't push yourself, and you know, unnecessarily. It's stupid. I'm just moving that out of the way. That's for Kit if he comes down. So if I dash off mid-flow, I've gone to go and get the baby, but I'm hoping he'll be fine. So this is nice, you get your own little personal yoga sesh. So just while you're getting yourself sorted, there's no rush, honestly. Just I thought in our sort of focus this week for my other classes, we were looking at the idea of ritual, and the idea that you know, in many other cultures, ritual is used all the time. Normally something sacred, but kind of something that keeps you kind of in the present and grounded. And so, you know, I don't know, in our society, it's more like things like brushing our teeth, making a cup of tea, maybe you have a set way you do your hair every time, whatever it might be, or putting on your makeup. But we talked a lot about these kind of things that we do the same. And with kids, you know, it is that like routine in the morning, the school run, making the breakfast. Do you have it, you know, do you do it a certain way every day? And when kind of structure and routine goes out the window, that's why we feel a little bit wobbly, because we haven't got this thing that's holding us together, that's grounding us. So I just thought this week would be really nice to maybe find yourself something for you that is like a new ritual. For me, it was kind of like doing a facial in the evening. So just literally cleanse, tone, moisturize, but making it something that I'm doing all the time. No one is in there with me. The door is shut. I'm not interrupted, and it's just for me. So things like that might be nice to try and think into your practice. And like babies, we do it all the time. You know, you change nappy a certain way. You use the same sort of creams at the same time. You might have a bath, you know, with the boys, it might be exactly the same. But just hold on to those little bits, even though they are the most mundane and the most kind of common and simple things to do in your day. The idea is that actually that's keeping us all together and grounded. So grounding is where we're going to go with to yoga today. So just close your eyes when you feel comfortable, or if you know you've got to watch Binky, whatever it might be, and then just start to breathe and settle into your body. Roll your shoulders back if you need to. Imagine they're kind of wings folding in behind you, pulling down at the back of your rib cage. Really lengthen your spine. And if you can imagine like a satsuma just tucked under your chin, it's a really nice kind of visual just to have. So you're not sort of looking down and pulling your neck over. You're just kind of just very gently lowering your chin, but really lengthening the back of your neck. And then just place your palms open on your knees. And then just relax into this seated position. If you find it's really uncomfortable on your legs, by all means, just roll up a blanket next time if you have one, or a cushion, and just you can use that there to drop it, however it is for you. Just be comfortable and just focus on the breath in and out, and just find yourself and your breath. No judgment, no forced inhalation or exhalation, just your natural easy breath. And just think about how you're feeling today. It's amazing that you've got here. So that's number one tick. Well done, you. And time for you and Binky will just be really precious. So just enjoy that today. And see if you can begin to inhale for 4 counts. So you're really lengthening the inhale. Really filling up the lungs and the belly. And then as you exhale, see if you can exhale for 6 counts maybe. You might be able to do it for 8 if you can, brilliant. But just go with what feels comfortable. But inhaling and exhaling. And by doing this, the longer exhalation, you're already calming your sympathetic nervous system, your parasympathetic, I should say. So you're already automatically lowering your heart rate, calming down your body, lessening the kind of stresses that you might have. So just keep this up for a little while. I just want you to think while you're there about your self-care. Lovely, lovely affirmation. Self-care isn't selfish. Take care of yourself. Even more appropriate considering who you work for. So really enjoy that. That was clearly meant to be, especially as it jumped out at me. I'm a firm believer in things like that. So just enjoy this time for you, for Binky. It's so important to have some mum time, but just you. Great. Okay, and then just roll your shoulders back. Bring your palms together and just bring some energy into them. A bit of heat as well is really good, just to get the movement and the heat within the body. And then just put them over your eyes, just to wake yourself up a little bit more. Just blink your eyes open and roll your shoulders and hands on your knees. We're just going to start with our neck. So we're just going to take a turn to the right, hold it, keep breathing, keep the spine long, and then come back to the centre. We're starting off really gently today. And to the left. And back to the centre, great. And one more time. Lovely, back to the centre and exhaling turn. On the next inhale, come back, slowly look down, hold it there for a minute. Slowly look up. And then just come back to a neutral, lovely. Okay, and then we're going to work our shoulders. So we're just going to go round in a circle to begin with. If you want to put your hands on your knees, it's just quite nice just to have a base, or you can either put them actually down by the side of you, whichever is more comfortable. Just in one direction, you can go forward or back either way. Lovely, and then in the other way. Great, and then we're just going to pull them up to our ears, really, really tense, and then drop and just feel that release. And we'll do that about three more times. So really high up, really hold it and tense everything, and then relax and release. Once up, and relax, and one more time. In, hold it a bit longer this time. Really tense your arms. You can clench your fists if you want to really feel the tension, and then just really slowly release it down. So you just really hopefully feel a bit lighter and a little bit more refreshed. Great. Inhaling up to the ceiling. Feel your ribcage move and exhale back down. Keep working the core so you're really lengthening that spine. Inhaling up. Keep the shoulders down as you do it if you can. Lovely, I just see some toes. And exhale down. And one more time, reaching up. Hold the breath at the top. 2, 3, 4, and then exhaling out. Lovely. Okay. On the inhale, we're going to bring our hands behind our head. And we're just going to stay here for a minute. You can link your fingers if you want to, or you're very happy just to put them one over the other, whichever's more comfortable. We're not doing any pressure or anything. But we're going to do sort of some cat-cow movements, but we'll just do them seated. So we're really working on this grounding sensation. So on the inhale, I'll do it on the side so you can see. So on the inhale, we're going to look forward, lift the heart up and kind of arch the back. And then as we exhale, we're going to round the back, tuck everything in, bring the navel into the spine, and we're going to be here. And we're just going to do this about 5 times. We're just going to inhale and exhale. Keep pushing down into your sit bones because you'll feel yourself changing. You'll want to lift your hips, but if you can, try and keep them rooted. Lovely. And then on your exhale, tuck under. Great. One more time. Lovely. And on this time, we're just going to hold. So inhaling up, hold it here. Try and open the shoulder blades a little bit more behind you if you can. Open your heart. And then as you tuck in this time, really tuck everything in and hold it there. Lovely. Keep breathing. And then just come up to neutral and release the hands. It's quite hard work on our arms. Lovely. And we're just going to swap the cross of the legs now, just to give ourselves a bit of movement. So just cross the other way. Perfect. And we're going to do a thing called a Sufi roll. I'm not sure if we did those in class actually, but they're really good for awakening the lower back. I'll just show you one so you can see. So basically you inhale, and then as you exhale, you kind of do like a sweep all the way around. So you kind of probably want to move your cushion out the way if you want to. So you can really feel your sit bones, so really plonking into the earth. And if you put your hands on your knees, it's just quite a good base, but you kind of want to keep your hips level and staying on. You don't want to lift up as you go round. So this bit's kind of staying still, and you're going to move round like this, keeping your bottom on the floor. It doesn't matter how low or not how low you go, but you just want to kind of get that movement in the lower back. Brilliant. So you just move with the breath in your own pace at your own time. We'll just do a couple. It's a Kundalini yoga. It's an amazing yoga that's all about releasing the female energy within. It's fantastic, but it's really good for pregnancy as well. Not that that's part of our thing at the moment, but it's just no. But it's just a really nice movement to kind of get the back moving, but also works with our kind of root chakra at the bottom, which is really, really good. And then when you come and do, maybe you think you've done about 10 or what have you, then just come back up to sitting and just settle here. Close your eyes and just see how it feels. Just check that you've got your shoulders back and everything is relaxed in the top half. And then we're going to go in the other direction, if you can remember. It's really weird. I can't even remember which way I went then. I think that way. It's a really odd, yeah, it's like backward, trying to do rub your tummy and pat your head kind of thing. So you just go round, but again, you just want to keep your bottom on the floor. So if it doesn't mean you can't go very low, that's absolutely fine. In fact, this side I can't go at all, and my legs are crossed the wrong way, so it's weird. But you just want to use your breath and just really keep that energy and movement flowing. I love them. This is probably one of my favourite kind of warm-up moves. Lovely. And then when you've done a couple more, just come back onto the centre, close your eyes again and just see how it feels. Do you feel maybe a little bit lighter, hopefully? I certainly feel there's a bit more space, which is good. Great, and then release your legs because you've had them crossed, and you can just do a little shake up and down there. Move your bum cheeks again, so you've got that really nice sitting position. We're going to work our core here a minute, so Binky, bear with us. Right, so we want our toes pointing to the sky, so we're really engaging our legs. And this is just going to work our muscles. We're going to try and lift up from the rib cage. So, you know, sometimes you just feel very sort of crunched here. We kind of really want to hit this space. In order to do that, we need to lift up before we fold. So as we inhale our arms forward, we're lifting up. We're going to take a big breath here. And then as we fold, we're going to lead with our heart. So we're not going to round the back. So you probably won't get too far at all, but you just want to keep where the collarbones are broad, and you're reaching towards your toes, and you can just stay there. Oh, hello. I can see some toes. Lovely. And then just coming back up to sitting. And we'll do that again. So inhaling, arms forward. Try and reach up a little bit before the fold, down, and then just hold wherever it is that you get to. Brilliant. And just breathe here and just notice where the breath goes. Generally, it probably will find its way to the back of the body. You'll feel quite constricted at the front. Lovely. And then release, and then just shake those legs. And we're just going to come onto all fours. So however you can get there, get there. I'm going to keep an eye on the time, sorry, because I don't want to miss out on Binky's session. Lovely. Okay, so really work on this, the foundation of the base. So really spread fingers wide, making sure that the wrist is in line with the elbow, in line with the shoulder. Same on both sides. And you want your knees about hip width apart, legs kind of parallel at the back. You don't want any crossing over here or any one splayed. So just really keep them nice and parallel. And try and keep that back nice and straight. So you've got like a tabletop. And we'll just do some cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, we're going to dip the belly, we're going to look forward and push into our hands here. And then as we exhale, we're going to tuck everything in, rounding the back, broadening the shoulders, tucking in our belly button to our spine. Lovely. And then again, inhaling forward. Oh! And exhaling, tucking in. Great. Inhaling. And exhaling, tucking in behind. Couple more times. Inhale, really pushing into the hands to give you that space in the chest. And exhaling, tucking in. Great. Really good. One more time through. Inhaling forward. And exhaling, tucking in. Great. Now turn the toes under
And I just want you to lift up your knees to begin with. And exhaling, put them down. So pushing into your hands, tucking your toes under, lifting with your knees. Great. And down. Last time, toes under, knees up. This time, bring your chest to your knees and reach your bottom skyward and find your first downward dog of the day. Oh, that was creaky. So just plug your feet in. You can do the walking the dog here, which is quite a nice thing to do. So just pedal your feet up and down just to get the hamstrings working and your body just feeling like it's moving. You kind of want your ears in between your elbows, and you want to kind of gaze when you find your route through to the back of the knees, through the knees at the back. Lovely. And if you can, reach your bottom skyward. And just hold it here a moment. And then roll back down to all fours. Spread your knees really wide, big toes touch. And you're just going to sink back down into child's pose. And really enjoy this. This is your chance just to have a breather. Sink as far as you can go. Lay your head on the floor. And just breathe here. Let your body relax. Take a few moments just to find your breath. Lovely. We're going to do just a couple more like that. So find your tabletop position. Lovely. Inhaling, looking forward, dipping the back, looking out. Exhaling, pushing in and tucking everything under. 2 more times. So inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling, tucking round. Pushing into the hands. And on the last one, we're going to inhale. Look forward. Exhale, tucking round. We're going to go into downward dog here. So tuck your toes under, knees to chest, bottom to the sky, and pedal those legs. And find your wonderful downward dog stretch. Okay, from here, I want you to see if you can lift one leg up. Try and keep your hips level. You're just putting the leg back. This is one-legged downward dog. Fantastic. You'll work your core here. You'll feel it in your other leg. So push into your hands to distribute the weight evenly. And then place your foot back down. Pedal the legs again. Find your downward dog. Lifting up the other leg. So pushing into the right foot, pushing into your hands and lifting that leg behind you. Trying to keep your hips level. Well done, thank you. I've still been going. We're just into downward dog, only because I'm recording it. And then place your foot back on the floor. So if you want to join me back again in downward dog, actually that'd be amazing. And we'll do one more time on each side. So pushing into your hands, making sure your equal footing and weight is distributed evenly. We're going to push into our left foot and lift our right leg back, trying to keep our hips level. The leg doesn't need to go really high, it just needs to just be sort of just lifted up. And then place your foot back down. Take up another big breath. And then push into your right foot and lift your left leg back. Again, keeping your hips nice and level. Lovely. Bringing your foot back to the floor. Bring your knees to wide as the mat, big toes together, and have a lovely rest in child's pose. Take that time to have a restorative breather. Lovely. And when you're there, we're just going to do a little side stretch. So I want you to come onto your fingertips while you're here. We're just going to move them round to the left. And we're just going to stretch the right side of the body. You'll feel it. It's a really nice stretch to do. And then come back to the centre. And round to the right and stretch the left side of the body. So you don't need to go far, but you just need to make sure you feel it down the side. Lovely. And then come back up to tabletop. Lovely. And from here, we're just going to lift ourselves into downward dog again, and then walk our feet to our hands. So coming up into downward dog, just going to walk our feet, if we can, to our hands and grab our elbows and just let everything relax. Bend your knees slightly, don't lock the knees. And then you can just sway if you like as well, just to get that movement. Lovely. And then reach your hands down. And then as you inhale, we're coming up into mountain pose. We're just going to vertebrae by vertebrae coming up. You probably can't see all of me on the screen. Sorry, Hepsi, but you can see me on the video, so hopefully that'll be all right. And we're just going to really focus into mountain pose. So you want to spread your toes. Oh, here you go, wobbly. Spread your toes really wide. Lift up your toes and place them back down, giving yourself a really good base. Generally, it's done with feet together, but we're probably a bit... So let's just have our feet a bit wider. It's just better for our hips as well. Slightly tuck your tailbone in so you've got a really nice kind of, it's not sort of a protruding bottom or really tucked in. It's just a very neutral pelvis. Bending your knees slightly so you're feeling through the earth. So you want to push down into the ground. You want to lift up within your tummy. So you want to really try and work the core here. If you can have your hands on your hip, it's quite a good way to check your pelvis is neutral. When you're ready, you can place your hands down here by the side of you. Roll your shoulders back, really stand tall. Again, have that Satsuma notion underneath your chin. And feel the legs working, pushing down, feeling the energy being pushed downward, but also you've got this sense of being lifted right up through the centre of your body. So you're feeling really tall and light. And it's great because it is a mountain pose, so you feel really strong, but you've got this wonderful kind of lightness and airiness about you at the centre. Brilliant. And just take a moment to breathe here. You can close your eyes if that's possible. Lovely. And imagine your fingers are reaching down to touch those lovely mountain rivers. Super. Okay, I've just had a notice, sorry, Hepsi, about the timer's running out. If it cuts off, I will still be here, so just click the link again. It's fine for the minute, but just if it does cut off, you can join it back again. Cool. All right, so while we're in mountain pose, just keep your eyes closed for a minute. Try and find that positioning again. And we're going to inhale up, looking up to the ceiling. And then spread your arms wide and exhale as you forward fold down, trying to sweep the ground. We're just going to do a bit of a flow now. So bend your knees, inhale up, reach the sky, exhaling, coming down, sweeping the ground. And again, inhaling up, lovely. Reach with the palms and exhaling, coming down. And one more time, bend your knees, inhale, hold it at the top. And then exhale, sweep back down. Great. And then just hang here again with that lovely elbow hang. Let the head be heavy, let it be loose. Lovely. And then come back down again into all fours. Great. We'll just do a couple more things, then I promise we'll do baby stuff. But mums are important. Okay, we'll just do a balance here. So, as we've done before, we're going to push into our hands and our knees to get this lovely tabletop. We're going to reach our left leg back. And when we feel balanced and we're working our core muscles and we're really drawing in the navel, we're going to see if we can reach forward with our right hand. Looking down towards the mat so our neck is still really nice in line with our spine. And we're just going to breathe here while we hold it. Really push into that hand to lift you up and work your core strength. Lovely. And then place the hand back down and then the leg. Really good. Okay, and we'll do the other side. So when you feel ready, take back your right leg. Doesn't need to be too high, doesn't want to be too low, but just enough reach. Pushing into our left hand. And then when we're ready, pushing into our right hand. And then when we're ready, we're going to release the left. Pointing it forward. Imagining we're being pulled in two different directions. Keeping the gaze down, working the core muscles. We do that so we don't hurt our lower back. So really try and engage that. And then come back with your hand to the floor, knee to the floor, and back into a nice child's pose. Take a breath here. It's just a short one this time. And then come back into all fours. We're just going to do a little lunge before we work on the babes. So I would like you to bring your right foot, if you can, in between your hands. And then stretch that leg back a bit so you've got this really lovely low lunge. Trying to get your heart forward. If this feels okay and you think you can move on to the next stage,
it's about bringing your hands to your knees and just see if you can rise up a little bit, but you still want to have your knee over your ankle. You don't want to be too far forward. So see if you can do that. You'll have to work your core, protect your lower back, keep your shoulders down, and just take a deep breath here. Lovely. You'll really feel it here in the hip opener. Great, and then fold back down, plant your hand either side of your foot, just lean back a bit to take your foot away and swap sides. So back into tabletop, take your left foot if you can through the middle into between your hands, and then just lean forward slightly, but again just check where your knee and your ankle is, just to stretch that hip out. Great, and if you feel ready, you can then bring your hands to your thigh and then just stay here a little bit. It can be really strong, so just be wary. Sometimes it's nice to have a cushion underneath your knee, or if that's where you feel more comfortable with your hands, and that's absolutely fine as well. Just take a couple of deep breaths here. Just make sure that your shoulders are back. Lovely. And then frame your foot again with your hands. Lean back to take your foot away. And then come and sit down with Babes and have a good old cuddle. She's been so patient. Well done. So however is more comfortable for you, if you want to have Binky on you, or if you would like to sit with your legs out, whatever is comfortable. I haven't got Baby with me today, so I'll just have little Floella and she can join us for the game. Right, well, we'll start. So just first of all, lay them in front of you. If you've got a blanket, obviously that's the best thing for you. Put them on there. Give them a cuddle, say thank you for being so patient, and then just bring your hands together. They'll hopefully get used to this idea of the sound, this sense of, oh, massage is coming. So if you have got them lying down, that's perfect. And if you are cuddling, then that's also wonderful. So just give them a little bit of heat, and then just ask the question, would they like a massage? Some of them won't obviously repeat, but if they are crying or not up for it, then obviously just respect that and see how they are. Lovely. So lay them down, just make sure you're sort of stroking from top to bottom, so you're just letting them know that something lovely is going to happen. All this positive touch is just great for their development, so it's really nice that we get to do some of this with them too. And I said last week, for those of you who weren't here, basically there's so many key factors of why massage is so good for babes, but also for mums as well. So it really helps with bonding. It can be from any other caregiver, so it's a really nice thing to be able to do. I was saying to the ladies that I do it sort of after bath time, and even now Freddie sometimes asks for a massage at bedtime and bath time, which is just really nice, and he's been starting to give me some sort of hand massage while we're watching a bit of telly and things, which is lovely. So it's a good thing to keep doing, and generally when it's calm and the environment is calm, so bedtime's just quite a nice time to do it. It relaxes them, it relaxes you, they get to hear you in a very calm way, which is always nice, especially if busy life is hustly and bustly. Really improves immunity because we're starting to get the blood circulation flowing, so that then sort of flushes the body with great oxygen and all our antibodies, so that's really beneficial for them. It's good for their development and their coordination, you know, learning about their body in space. It's amazing as a primary school teacher how many children I see who don't have that awareness and spatial awareness. So it's a really positive thing to keep up, and for them, as I'm sure some of you know already. And the best thing is it's meant to improve sleep. So apparently melatonin production is more positive, which means it really helps for them to kind of understand their body. And the melatonin regulates their sleep cycles. So that's what we're kind of wanting to kind of work with. So many positives. It seems silly not to do it. So anyway, keep letting them know you're here. We'll start with the legs because they are less sensitive than any other part of the body. And we'll just do that, have a nice cupping C, and we'll just do that movement just down. If you start with their right, so the left side as you're looking at them, but on their right side, they're lying down. And we'll just start from the top of the thigh all the way down to the toes. Just this, again, this really nice slow movement, but taking in all of their body, all of their baby squish, all the lovely things about them. Starting from the legs, great. And then as you get to the foot, maybe after a couple of times, we just do that lovely thumb over thumb, just using the pads of our thumbs, just over the tops of their feet, on their soles of their feet. Yeah, so when they're really little, you know, they come out really curled up, and this is a really nice way to release the reflex. But as they get older, it's just still nice just to pay attention to their little toes. Great. And then we'll just do the toes. So you just take the first finger and thumb, the pads of the fingers, and you just literally just like a little movement of just, you know, a little, I don't want to say pinch, but you know what I mean. You're just sort of just pressing them so they know that you're there on each foot. And we can sing, this little piggy went to market, this little piggy stayed at home, this little piggy had roast beef, and this little piggy had none, and this little piggy went wee all the way home. Lovely. And then we'll move on to the other leg as and when you're ready. I'm just conscious of time, but like I say, if it cuts out on Zoom, we'll just restart the meeting. So again, just those really nice gentle C movements. Just means there's no nails or anything on their bodies. Lovely. And then thumb over thumb, that's right, on the tops of their foot and on their soles. So many nerve endings we have in our feet. They must be experiencing the world through them all, so especially when they start walking. Lovely. And then again, just that little tab, pinching their toes just round each digit. And then this little piggy went to market, this little piggy stayed at home, this little piggy had roast beef, and this little piggy had none, and this little piggy went wee, and give them a load of cuddles and kisses. And then just keep your hands on them, just because they know what's happening. We're going to move up to their tummies now. So we're just going to do a gentle motion with the palm of our hand in a clockwise motion. And I'm just going to start the meeting again. Sorry, everybody. Let's try again. Hopefully that will work. Let's see. Just wait for a minute. Sorry guys, thank you for your patience. If you have been doing the massage, just keep going, just in circular motions on their tummies in a clockwise direction, very gently, nothing too pressured, just round and round. Lovely. This is really good just to help with digestion, if they've been having sort of tummy pain or constipation or digestion problems or trap wind. This is just a really nice thing to do. And actually I think by nature some of us just generally go to the tummy. You know, you kind of rub your tummy when you're not feeling well, when you feel worried and anxious and you know, we just always go to the stomach. So it's just a really nice, well done darling, to come back. You just want to go in that lovely clockwise motion. So we'll just do that a couple of times. Great. Okay, and then when you're there, just take their legs and just, if you can cup your hands sort of around to their bottom and just let their legs relax. It's a really nice way just to release the bottom muscles, those glutamus maximus. So just do that lovely, just behind the bottom, relax their legs. And then take hold of their legs, and we're going to do the sort of knees to chest pose. So we do that in yoga. It is called the wind relieving pose, so it should work for babies too. So you just bend, as they get older they won't want to bend their legs, but if you can, bend their knees and just bring them to their chest, hold it for a second, look into their eyes, and then release. So you hope that it's going to work. So you might get some noises as well, but bring their knees to their chest, no pressure here, just let their weight of their legs take them, and then release. We'll do it one more time. Knees to chest, hold, give them a little cuckoo, lovely, and then relax. And then this time keep their knees bent, and we'll just do that lovely clockwise motion but with their knees, to see if we can just give them a gentle massage. But like I say, as they get bigger they will not want to bend their legs, so if that is the case, just keep with the clockwise motion of rubbing their tummy, but if they'll let you, it's nice. Great. And we're just doing it in that motion of the digestive system. Lovely. And then just relax their legs and just give them a little cuddle. And then we'll just do this really lovely thing, which is the I love you. So you want to go first on their right side. You're just going to bring your hand down to do the I. Then we do sort of an upside down L. So from the top left of their tummy, we're going to bring the brush over to the right and then down. So it's imagining where your digestive colon is really. And then you just bring it down. So that's the I love bit. And then the U is an upside down U, and it's like a rainbow, which you just do over, sweeping over their tummy. So you just go, I love you. And it's just a really nice thing to remember if they are feeling a bit, oh, and their tummy hurts. It's a nice thing just to get the digestive system moving. I love you. And then give them a big old cuddle. And from there, we're just going to move onto their arms. So we do that again, the cupping motion with the C, just along their arms. Lovely. They're a little smaller than the legs. Then we'll move on to the hands. So just open their fingers away from their palms. And then just sort of run your thumb and first finger just on each of their fingers. And then we can sing round and round the garden like a teddy bear. One step, two step, tickly under there. Lovely. And then on the other side, we'll do the same with the cupping motions to start with. All the way along, and then to the hands. Florella doesn't have any hands, so I'm just pretending here. But just round the palm, just to really sort of spread out their fingers, so you kind of get the idea. You're just kind of opening everything up, so you kind of got this spread of energy is much more freely moving. And then you can do round and round the garden like a teddy bear. One step, two step, tickly under there. Lovely. And give the big cuddles. Gorgeous. And then I just thought today would be quite nice, just a bit different, just to do a bit on their face. So it's harder obviously if you've got them on your thing, but you can still do it. So if they are on your lap, what I just want you to do is just to start by just doing the eyebrows. It's kind of like an upside down smile, but it's just a gentle movement on their forehead to do over the eyebrows. And then you just do a gentle smile around their cheekbones. So if you can just do it here. So imagine you're doing it like that. So you're just working their cheeks there. Lovely. And this one, the next one is the top of the lip. And again, it's just that smile. But honestly, when I do it with Kit, it's like he goes goo goo gaga. It's just, he loves it. So you just literally do just the pad of your thumb, just like a moustache effectively. But honestly, you just take away the skin. And it's like, oh, love it. And then you can just do the chin next. It's harder to do it when you're not looking at them, I have to say. But it's just that, again, it's just the pads of our thumbs, but we're just moving the skin away, making these lovely little gentle smiles. But maybe try it when you can at bath time and what have you. Lovely. And then we'll just do a little bit of yoga for them before we have our relaxation. So you just take the opposite arm and foot and you just bring them to touch together. So release and touch. Release and touch. And we'll just do it a couple of times. Lovely. And then swap over. And again, we're just sort of getting them to use both sides of the brain. They do that naturally anyway, but it's just nice to kind of use it with their limbs. So just take them in opposite directions and then bring them together in the center. Lovely. And then a lovely one that I do as well with the boys at home is when we've got their legs together and we just go toes. So you just bring their toes together, toes to nose. You'll be amazed actually they can reach them, but it's just toes to nose. It's a really fun one to do. Toes to nose. Lovely. And then give them a big cuddle and kiss, give them a big cuddle, big hugs. So well done for being. I hope you enjoyed your massage. Now you can have some relaxation. So Hepsy, if I can ask you just to mute your microphone just while I do the relaxation bit, that'd be amazing. And then I can get you all cuddled. So you can either do it sitting up if that's easier for you. Sometimes, actually, this is probably the better way to do it, because if babies are sitting up and what have you, they don't want to lie down. But just if the best or the main thing is to have them close to you so they can hear your heart as you start to breathe, your breathing starts to slow. Make sure you remember as well today to give them lots of water or milk or food. Just keep them hydrated. Lots of toxins will be released. So keep them close. And if you can, take yourself back to the beginning and just start to begin to lower your heart rate again. So just really focus on that inhaling for 4 counts and exhaling for 8. And you'll be amazed how effective it can be just to calm you, but also hopefully calm baby too. So really try and work with that. And the closer you can get them to you, obviously the better it is, because they can feel your heart and they will listen to that and respond to how you are. So just take some deep breaths. Focus on that kind of in for 4, out for 8, calming and relax. And just feel your body start to soften. I'm going to come back to a couple of the affirmations we picked out today. So we had love and respect your postpartum body. Self-care isn't selfish. Take care of yourself. And keep talking. You are not alone. And this idea of the ritual, this sense of doing the mundane, the same thing, the same way, it takes the same amount of time, but these little things are really, really powerful. So I'll just read a quote that I found about rituals while you're breathing and relaxing, hopefully. This is what rituals are for. We do spiritual ceremonies as human beings in order to create a safe resting place for our most complicated feelings of joy or trauma, so that we don't have to haul those feelings around with us forever, weighing us down. We all need such spaces of ritual, safekeeping. And I do believe that if your culture or tradition doesn't have the specific ritual you are craving, then you are absolutely permitted to make up a ceremony of your own devising, fixing your own broken down emotional systems with all the do-it-yourself resourcefulness of a generous plumber or poet. And I just think that's so nice that actually, you know, sadly we don't have these wonderful kind of ceremonies, sacred ceremonies that we celebrate, but actually we can do our own at home. So that's what I think is very good to have this week. So if you can make your own one up, I'd love to hear it. You can share that with me. That'd be wonderful. Maybe babies are taking up their own new rituals. Maybe you'll do a bit of massage before bed, or I don't know, make something in a different way, or start your own tradition, whatever it might be. So just while you're here breathing, cuddling babies, I just want you to try and stop all the thoughts bombarding. Just let them go. Notice them come into your mind's frame of mind, and then just let them pass. And just take this last few minutes of bliss just for yourself and baby. And just think how great it is that you've actually managed to get onto your mat today. Amazing. And while they're there close to you, hug them, smell them, kiss them. They are only little for such a short time. And just know you're doing an amazing job, especially in these crazy times. And if you can bring your palms together or just hug that baby close. Just think of one thing you are so grateful for today, whatever it might be. And then we just say namaste. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining me. Oh, Freddie's just rocked up. Let me just turn the camera off. Thank you, thank you, thank you.